Here we are today.
There we are. The rest is history.
Here we are driving around Atlantic City in your car.
Beautiful, yeah. The brand new expanded Nissan Pathfinder. No big deal. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Cruisin with Zach. Today my guest is co-owner of Little Water Distillery in Atlantic City, Mark Ganter. Mark, welcome on the show.
Thanks for having me, Zach.
So what's the significance of Little Water? What's the name?
The name?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's about to take on some new significance, but
Okay.
Little Water is the English translation of the Absecon, or the Lenape word for Absecon Island.
Okay.
We went through a list of about 100 potential names and just kept coming back to that one. And so far it's clicked. And when we finally got to the building we're at now, we realized that it has a terrible flooding problem.
So Little Water.
Little Water. Actually, when we read the recent announcement of the grant being kind of given to fix the Baltic Avenue drainage system, we wrote to the city and said, in honor of that, we'll consider renaming ourselves Little Less Water.
So you guys got started. Very interesting story. It started off with a birthday present.
Yeah. If you've ever taken the tour, you'll hear this over and over and over again. But my father turned 70 in January of 13, and we just retired. Machinist right off the boat from Germany, like always into something. Just sold his sailboat, so he didn't have that to tinker with. And my brother and I were trying to figure, like, what do we give this guy to just keep him focused on something? And,
Keep that busy.
Keep that busy and out of our hair. And that turned out to be a still. And they coincidentally enabled or passed the laws that enabled craft distillation in the same month, which was January 2013. We didn't even become aware of it until probably, February, March. Kind of kicked the idea around a little bit and decided, that we could possibly go into business together if we had the right plan, or if we could come up with decent recipes, or if we even knew what we were doing. So we gave ourselves 6 months to come up with recipes, and by the time the 6 months came around, we kind of blew past the recipes, went right to a business plan, and started going out to banks and applying for loans and whatnot. And here we are today.
There we are. The rest is history.
Here we are driving around Atlantic City in your car.
Beautiful, yeah. The brand new expanded Nissan Pathfinder. No big deal.
You know what? You can fit a lot of cases back here.
You can. I could be a rum runner.
Just gotta get rid of those baby seats.
Well, you gotta talk to the wife about that one.
You have to introduce me first.
Yeah, but I was shocked to see that you guys don't just distill whiskey, or not just rum. You guys do whiskey, rum, and vodka?
So, we distill and produce on-site our rum.
Okay.
And the only reason we went into business in the first place was rum.
Yeah.
Whiskey was something we got talked into, and it was done on our same equipment at a, we'll call it a friend, partner, basically the closest people we have in the industry, in Row Retreat, Virginia. They had the only operating piece of equipment that we were getting ready to purchase. We went down, we checked it out, kicked the tires on it, and started this bromance with the guys that owned it and were working it. And they talked us into doing a distillation with them so that we could actually have an aged product when we opened. And we were absolutely adamant about not doing that. It was not part of our brand or our project. And the suckers we are, we got talked into it. And it turned out to be our top selling product.
So what do you do on site? Just rum on site?
Just rum right now.
Okay.
We did a lot of R&D on a base for our gin, which we still intend to roll out this spring. And gin is essentially vodka redistilled through botanicals.
Okay.
And fast forward about 6 months into after our opening, and we find ourselves like smack dab in the middle of a vodka town. That's all anyone cares about in Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally just going through how we make our rum, where the whiskey came from, like the whole, dog and pony show. And the same question is always, when are you making vodka? Like, we're not making vodka. No interest. There's plenty of vodka in the world. We don't need to contribute to that
right.
problem. And then we finally gave up. And what we decided to do was just produce a product that we would only sell in Atlantic City. So what we did is we took the base. It's a really delicious French wheat vodka base that, again, we spent a ton of time and a ton of liver damage R&Ding and coming up with the right flavor profile. And frankly, we love it. It's really creamy. It's exactly how we wanted, the base of our gin to be.
Decided to take that base, proof it to 80 proof, which is how all vodkas are done. Okay. All vodkas come up with 190 proof plus. That's legally regulated. So 55% of it.
Water. We do a finish run over oyster shells to give it a bit of a minerally finish.
Wow.
We bottle it.
Do you eat the oysters to get the shells?
No, we let someone else take care of that.
You outsource the eating.
We outsource the eating.
I got a guy.
Do you have an oyster guy?
I got an oyster guy. Yeah.
I'll bet you gets a lot of play, that guy.
Yeah.
So what we do is we get them locally. There are a couple oyster places that we work with. It's not a tremendous number of oysters, so you don't need to work too hard to get them.
Okay.
In fact, we're passing Doc's Oyster House right here. That's one source, and Harry's back the other way is another.
There you go.
And we bottle it. We sell it only in Atlantic City, and for every bottle we sell, we give 50 cents back to the Arts Foundation, which is one of our partners in town.
Very good. So for a guy that I'm kind of like a novice when it comes to spirits and mixed drinks and things like that.
Well, what the hell are we doing this interview for?
I'm trying to educate myself.
Okay, all right,
Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right. I'm trying to broaden my horizons.
We only have 6 minutes left, and
So-
there's not a single bottle in this vehicle, so it's
So if I'm at a wedding or any function and my go-to, my panic move, what's a good drink that I can order and not be like vodka tonic or something like that? What's a good
So the first thing you want to start with is asking for any products from Little Water Distillery.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to make sure you go to weddings in Atlantic City.
All right. Or I can bring my own.
You can bring your own.
All right.
But we try to produce cocktails that are very kind of spirit forward. So it's a tough question to answer. Certainly the first answer would be order what you like. But secondly, I look for things that don't have a ton of mixers that would overpower it. A lot of the fruitier cocktails, a lot of the tropical style cocktails will generally overpower the rum. It's done for a reason. One, because those fruit juices would typically grow indigenously, or come from parts of the region where that drink was created. And secondly, the rum's usually crap. So you got to cover it up with something.
Yeah.
We tend to use homemade mixers that we produce in house that will accentuate some of the nuances in the spirits. Our vodka, for instance, has a very kind of creamy, weedy, flavor profile. Our rum rather has some butterscotch, a lot of molasses because it's distilled right from molasses.
And this was the rum?
This is our rum, yep.
So I could have a shot of rum and then chase it with a butterscotch crimpet. Would that be a good shot?
Can you film that and send it to me? I'd love to post that. we do one
happen.
cocktail with our both our whiskey and our rum. It's called the Local Gun. We did this when we did our first ACPD fundraiser.
Okay.
And it's made with our whiskey, a coffee infused rum cordial, and we garnish it with a donut.
Okay. All right. I like where your head's at.
We give $1. We give $1 back for everyone we sell. We give $1 back to the ACPD, and we need to sell a lot more of those.
That's beautiful. Well, you know what? People are honking, moving, and shaking. We're gonna go right into the lightning round. Get you back. Okay.
All right.
So, if you were at a food eating contest and you could eat one food and win, what would you eat?
One food and win?
Yeah.
There's a great sushi place right up the road here. Let's do it.
You're another guy who said sushi. There's a couple sushi people. If you had to go back in time and tell yourself something when you were 16, what would you tell yourself?
Be an accountant.
Be an accountant. Really?
No.
I don't think so.
I might have told myself that. I'm sure I wouldn't have followed my own advice.
Okay, and then if you had to bring someone back from the dead and have dinner with them, who would it be?
That's the lightning round? Okay.
That's the lightning round. Come on,
Back
man.
from the dead.
Tough questions here. This guy's just telling her to go right through the red light.
Oh, my grandmother, of course.
Grandma, what's her name?
Rosa. We named our still after her.
Oh, okay. Old Rosa.
She's the one that put this bug in our our ears and just kind of inspired us to do things like this.
Beautiful. All right.
She would have loved at least the rum.
Where can people find you? Obviously in Atlantic City.
Yep.
Where can they find your alcohol real quick? I know
Pretty
you're
much
everywhere.
every retailer in and around Atlantic County. We're in Joe Canals from Rio Grande all the way up through Manahawkin. We're in Passion Vines and Summers Point Egg Harbor, Byright and Ventnor City. I said that. White Horse Wine and Spirits.
Oh, I totally forgot. This is your 1-year anniversary, correct?
Coming up, yeah, March 31st.
What are you gonna do? What's coming down the pike?
Probably blow my brains out. I mean, there's gonna be so many people walking through that place again. And we love it. We totally enjoy it. We're always overwhelmed at how many people are there and how we struggle to handle it.
I'll bring you a box of butterscotch crimpets.
I'll make a drink for you.
And you can do what you want with
Look
them.
for the Zach on March 31st.
The Cruisin with Zach butterscotch crimpet shot. Well, thanks so much for being on.
Hey, thank you. It was a
fun.
blast.
Thanks
You're not
a
going
lot,
to drop
guys.
me off here in the middle of Atlantic City, are you?
No,
Good.
I wouldn't do that.